Skyrim features deadly dragons, a harsh and sprawling landscape, warriors, vampires, and assassins. You can slay the dreaded Alduin, head the Mage's College, don the cowl of a nightingale, or become the Dark Brotherhood's deadliest assassin, all of which takes time, effort, and skill. So why is it that you can get married in less than 10 minutes? Let's take a deeper look at romance in Skyrim, where it falls short, and just why modders like myself and others felt it was time for a fundamental change. In vanilla Skyrim, marriage is a brisk affair. Simply head to your local dive bar in Riften to find a priest named Marimal, drop 200 coin on an amulet, and you're now an eligible bachelor or bachelorette. After finding your sweetie and completing a minor task for them, it's as simple as proposing. You can have your ceremony the very next day, back at the Temple of Mara in Riften. A speedy ceremony witnessed by a few NPCs you've likely never seen before culminates in the two of you exchanging vows and finally deciding on where to live. And well, that's it. After marriage, your spouse simply cooks your meals, runs your store, and mills about your player home. For a game with multiple factions that require many tasks in order to progress, the romance mechanic seems tacked on. Skyrim fans I spoke to felt as if the game just turned significant others into a hermit where all NPCs are indistinguishable from one another. Some even have the exact same lines and routines. It's no wonder that some players clamored for more, and so mod creators got to work. I was recruited by a modder known as Mara to work on Skyrim Romance, a mod that has been downloaded over 80,000 times by fans seeking a deeper romantic experience. SRM sought to create more realistic relationships, and to achieve that, marriages needed more of a human element. We decided to add 3,000 lines of fully voiced dialogue with branching quests and conversations to heighten the feeling that you're romancing real, fleshed-out characters. The best example of SRM's deep characters is Bishop, a ranger with a rough exterior. As you gain his trust and affection, the romance evolves and grows deeper over time. Just as in real relationships, there are times of strife and unease between Bishop and the player. As you gain his trust and affection, players experience a budding romance rather than a rushed ceremony. The idea is to portray a relationship through dialogue and quests, and one that keeps evolving over time rather than stagnating with copy-paste dialogue. An upcoming expansion to SRM will flesh out those relationships even further, which is exciting. Skyrim Romance was started by Mara, who spent 3 years teaching herself how to use Bethesda's creation kit in order to make her vision a reality. When I spoke to her about it, she said, "I made Skyrim Romance because I felt something like this was definitely lacking in-game, but I also made it for my own self-enjoyment. As one of SRM's writers, I wrote dialogue, short quests, and helped bring some of these characters to life in-game. My personal favorite was Jack, a Redguard pirate without a ship of his own. It wasn't until I found myself method acting his lines in my apartment, with an empty bottle in my own hand, that I realized I was doing more than filling a niche need in the community. I was helping to flesh out a disappointing aspect of a big game." And that's pretty cool, and I think people have been receptive to our efforts. Beyond the number of downloads, I've watched as fans write fanfiction and even cosplay as characters from our mod. Adding real romance to Skyrim allows players to form a deeper bond with the game, and goes beyond the thrill of killing dragons or searching for new loot. Elder Scrolls 6 is somewhere on the horizon, and who knows, maybe the romance will be so good that every player will get the chance to be swept off their feet.